Welcome to another episode of the podcast, and now introducing our next guest. I like to call her one of the greatest 400-meter hurdlers I've ever seen with my own two eyes, Dalilah Muhammad. Welcome to the show.
Oh my goodness, well, thank you.
All right, we're going to get right into the Jamaica Queens, right?
Jamaica Queens.
NY, all the way to Southern California, USC.
Honestly, so growing up in New York, there's no really big kind of track schools that's really close by. So when I was recruited out of high school, it was going to be a plane ride to me anywhere I went. So I took visits to Texas A&M, Florida State, some other schools. But when I went to USC, I just really loved the vibe of the school, loved the girls on the team, the coach. And I was like, yeah, this is where I'm meant to be.
Okay. So your Olympic campaign has been one. You basically have done everything in regards to the Olympics. Tokyo, you got a gold medal on the 4x4, as well as silver in the 400-meter hurdles. And in Rio, in 2016, you won the gold in the 400-meter hurdles, and you're the first American to do so. Since then, and before then, obviously, Oregon, you took bronze in the 400-meter hurdles at home. Doha, gold in the 4x4. London, silver in 17. Moscow, 13 silver. But also in Doha, you broke the world record in the 400-meter hurdles. And you kind of broke the seal on, if not people or women could break the world record in the 400-meter hurdles. So since you broke the world record, it's been broken 5 times.
Oh, goodness.
So talk to us about that. What does it feel like to be the one to deem something to be possible for your peers?
Oh, wow. That's a really hard, I wouldn't say that's a hard question to answer, but I think when you're in the moment of kind of doing something, it doesn't feel that way. You just see a goal and you just want to accomplish something. And that's really just what it was for me, just every step of the way, how far can we push this event? And I've always been that kind of athlete that kind of thought all things was possible. And honestly, I'm going to say it, I've said it before, I still think 49 is possible in the 400-meter hurdles. And even when I ran 55 seconds, I thought that. So for me, it was just how do we get there? What do we got to do to kind of break this barrier? What do we got to do differently? So that was kind of always my mindset on the event. So that's kind of just what, I guess, made me want to kind of push those boundaries and push those limits. And as far as, I guess, being that person to kind of break those barriers for others, that's just an enjoyable thing for me. And just I really do feel like I get their respect, and they have mine as well. So it's just a nice, beautiful journey.
This is the first championships where we'll see a 400-meter hurdle final without you in it. Talk to us a little bit about Budapest and, in this year for you and the adversities you faced and in continuing your predictions for the event, which final is tonight.
Yeah. First time not making a final. This will be my first time not medaling at the championships. I've medaled since 2007 on every single team that I've been in, starting with World Youth, World Juniors, and all my senior teams that I've made. So that's a little bit unfortunate for me just personally. I think I kind of just had this hope, let me see if I can keep this streak going. Maybe I can get a medal here. And you kind of just always hope for the best. But like you said, there's been a lot of adversities and just a lot of injuries. And early in this year, I was dealing with a back injury. I don't wish that on anybody. When your back spasms, you literally could not move. I could not get out of bed. Couldn't sit in a chair, stand up. It was really that bad. And then dealing with an Achilles injuries just maybe a couple weeks before I came out here. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, I had a bad fall at training about 3 weeks or 2 weeks before I came out here. I literally broke my nose. So it's been a lot of things that I've had to deal with, just freak accidents and just, the normal kind of running with aches and pains that track and field brings. But I am actually looking forward to seeing this race. I truly am. I think there's just so many amazing women in this event right now, and I think this might be one of the fastest as a whole in just terms of what these women can do. Obviously you have Femke Bol that's she's the clear favorite right now. She's definitely the clear favorite. She's run 51.4, amazing. So I'll have to round out my predictions I think Shamir looks absolutely phenomenal. I'll have 2 training partners in this, so it's kind of hard for me to pick just one of them, but no, I'm not going to pick.
Yeah, don't do it. We won't.
But shout out to Internet Knight and, of course, Anna Cockrell.
And I wanted to bring some attention to this as well. So your coach, Boogie Johnson, has a brother who also has some athletes in the 400 hurdles. So I feel like you have some extended family in that race as well. I've seen you all down in Arkansas from time to time training together. And
yes.
Maybe you could talk about that. I mean, I don't really see a lot of athletes make these trips where they train with people, other competitors.
You know, it is, and definitely feels like an extended family, and I love that. For us, I definitely get some time to train with Shamir when we go down to Arkansas, run a couple reps with her. Like you said, between him and my coach and Chris, they have 3 athletes in these 400-meter hurdles, and we could have even had more, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I think, injuries play a huge role, but we definitely just push each other, and it's such a friendly situation that I think it's just, like, unexpected. Like, we truly root for each other. Even my mom and sister, they're like, minus me, they're like, Shamir's their next favorite athlete, and that's just the truth.
Yeah. So, obviously, we've heard extensively about your resume on the track. And with Paris soon approaching next year, I will hope we can expect to see you still in the pursuit to greatness and to continue greatness, I would say. And then any thoughts on Paris and training and that for that games, and then also Tokyo is after. I know you know spring chicken here as it pertains to the event. So what are your thoughts on the future for you as relates to track and field?
I'm definitely looking forward to Paris. I'm looking forward to just that grind and that just kind of getting healthy. I think that's like the main goal right now, is just to let's figure out what's causing all these little minor injuries. Let's focus on getting healthy. But I'm excited for Paris. I definitely think I have a chance to make this team and even get a medal. So looking forward to that. I will absolutely not be in 2028. So we can scratch that, scratch those goals. Absolutely won't be there. But definitely looking forward to Paris.
What are your passions outside of the sport? I mean, I know it's an arduous training process, and it's only 24 hours in a day. So, is there anything that you're passionate about outside of track and field and athletics? Do you, spend your downtime, working on what you want life to look like when you're done with the track? I know as athletes, your identity gets caught up a lot of times in what we do. But the greatness isn't limited, for us in what we're spending our most time doing. And there will be a time where you won't spend most of your time running in the oval. And, so outside of maybe having a family of your own or, a career, like what does the future look like for you outside of sport? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, of course, I definitely thought about it. I think, right now it is a transitional period in life where I'm approaching the end of my career. We're still trying to be super, super focused on track because, that's what got you to be successful, that got you to where you are. And I think, like you said, so much of our personality and what drives us gets so much wrapped up in our sport. But yeah, of course, I've been thinking about that. I've dabbled in little things outside of track and field, like modeling. I walked a couple runways, so that was definitely just fun and enjoyable to kind of do. I don't foresee myself kind of really going that path, honestly, but it was fun to do it and kind of just explore things outside of track and field. I'm still really, honestly, just to be honest, I really am still kind of thinking about what comes next. I definitely would like to stay part of the track and field world in some way or another. What that really looks like, I'm not 100% sure yet. I definitely feel like I have a voice in the sport, and I want to use that a lot more and just kind of pave the way in a sense for the next athletes behind me and how to make our sport better for them. I think you learn things too late in this sport. Just like the things that could be better. And it takes us too long to kind of find our voice. But now that I feel like I have that voice and I know those things that just younger athletes just don't know, I want to somehow use that to just pave the better way for athletes behind me.
And for some of our listeners that may not know, your history, they might not know about your career. So how many teams in total have you made and how many medals? Because I know you participate in more than just the 400 hurdles.
I would have to really add it up too. This is my
Look at
7th team.
Look at the calculator.
This is my 7th team. Man, Wallace. Okay, so let's not
Talk to
count
me.
this.
Yeah.
So this is 6. So 6 medals plus 2. That's 8. Plus another 2.
That's 10.
That's 10 plus 1.
That's 11.
You up there as one of the
11.
ghosts then, and no one can take that
No,
away.
not up there as one of the goats. She's the goat now. I mean, you might have a goat in one pair of shoes and a goat in another. You know, the range is different. But we definitely appreciate your time, D, and wish you continued success. And we look forward to you being and continuing, to be both a voice and a presence in the sport and an advocate for the advancement of women in sport. I think you've done a great job of carrying the mantle and handling yourself. And your greatness is definitely not limited to running in that oval. And we just wish you all the best, and we thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And where can we find you on social media?
Just Dalilah Muhammad.
And that's
Instagram.
on all platforms?
Only on Instagram.
All right, then.
All right, no
Don't do
Twitter
the
fingers, huh?
others.
No?
Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you, D, very much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.